What is up, you beautiful, lovely souls? My name is Hayley, this is Divini-T, and this is your reading. If you're here, it's not by accident. There's something in this reading that you needed to hear, and Spirit has guided you towards me. So, let's get going. This is a general collective reading. It may not resonate with you today, but there could be some advice in there for you. And yeah, I normally pick up on twin flames and soulmates. So if you resonate with that, you are definitely in the right place. So let's get started. Now, I want you to hold the image of the person who has been on your mind in your head. I want you to clearly visualize them, their facial features, their body, what they generally wear, how they stand, how they look at you, their eye colour. Now I want you to picture them giving you eye contact and holding eye contact with you. And I want you to feel that they really want to tell you something. And I want you to hold that feeling with you during this reading. Let's find out what this person wants to say to you. We have loneliness. Yeah, this person, I'm feeling some kind of hurt, sorrow at the moment. I'm sort of picking up on like a 5 of Cups energy. They're sort of sad that they can't be with you at the moment. Let's take a closer look here with the Osho Zen Tarot. What is this loneliness? Can we clarify this? We have laziness. Mind. And suppression. Right, so I'm getting that there are restrictions. They can't be with you because of external forces, but you know, no one is actually physically stuck. If they were, it would be illegal. You can't actually be physically stuck anywhere. You know, you can leave at any time. So this is what it's saying, is that, you know, this is the restrictions are all in their mind, and they need to stand up for themselves and follow their hearts. But you know, there is some procrastination or laziness as a factor here. So I'm going to use the Trad Tarot here, the Rider-Waite. Look a bit further here. We have Ace of Swords in the reverse position. Yeah, they're just not doing what needs to be done. They're not taking up the challenge. They're not doing the actions that need to occur, and as a result they're feeling that pain, that you know, sadness that they're not following their heart. And we have the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse position. So we can see here in this card, you know, they've got crutches and they're clinging on to, you know, this shawl around them because it's cold, and their clothes are all tattered, and they're poor and they need help. That's why they're outside a church. It's like, oh, woe is me, pity me, you know, this situation I can't help. It's that victim mentality. But in reality, you know, like I said, no one is actually stuck anywhere. It's all in your head. These restrictions, these restrictions are self-imposed, because the reality is that if they don't like where they are, they could and probably should leave. And we have strength, yeah. So again, you know, we're getting that victim mentality with that suppression card. They're being suppressed by external forces. you know, they're feeling like this person is dominating them. We can see the person dominating the lion here. You know, they're feeling bullied. They're feeling that this person has put unfair restrictions on them. But the thing is, you know, that this person is an adult. This person needs to grow a pair of balls and stand up for themselves, pretty much. So we'll look at your energy towards this person before we find out what they actually want to say. And we have empathy. So you are aware of their situation and you do have empathy towards it. You know, you feel their plight, you know it's not easy for them, and you feel like you understand their situation. And we have breakthrough. And I feel like that's, you're wanting them to have that breakthrough in thinking. You're wanting them to see this from a different perspective, that the ties that bind them are all in their head. You know, there are no... If there was this person that was actually physically holding them down and restraining them and being a big bully, well, you know, then they have grounds for going to the police, you know, because that's illegal. But, you know, I don't actually think that's the situation. It's all in their mind, like we've seen here. And we have maturity. Yeah. It's almost like you're wanting them to see it from a higher perspective. You're wanting them to see it from a more healed place of understanding. You know, taking responsibility for their own inactions in this, not just playing the victim, not just saying, oh, well, I can't because this person doesn't want me to, or it's, you know, taking self-responsibility and you're understanding that they need to do that. Abundance. And, you know, it's also about manifestation as well. You know, you create the life that you have, good or bad. And you're very understanding of this situation holistically, you know, from all angles. And we have the Two of Cups in the reverse position. And part of this breakthrough is getting themselves out of this situation entirely. You know, they're clearly not happy here. You can feel this. You can probably feel them in your energy. They're probably calling out to you for help because they're in that victim mentality. You know, with the Five of Pentacles, that's actually asking for help, begging for help. That's the literal begging card. So you're probably feeling them because you are empathic. You're feeling their energy calling to you for help. But the thing is that you need them to understand that they need to do this, that this is their battle, that you can't actually do it for them. And if you did, you're not learning that value. You know, if they did, they're not learning the valuable lesson that they need to stand up for themselves. They can't have someone else do it because, you know, it defeats the whole purpose. We have the Moon in the reverse position. Yeah, so the Moon is about phases and cycles, and you're hoping that eventually, you know, this will come around to a point where they will understand it, where they will see it from a higher perspective here. And we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah, your person needs to understand that they can create the life that they want. And by staying where they are and allowing this to happen when they don't want it to is creating this other life that they don't really want to have. So we'll look at the mutual energy between the two of you. What is coming? What is coming in this situation? Because it really feels like things are kind of in a go nowhere state at the moment because of this person being in that victim mentality of, oh, well, I don't have a choice and I'm stuck. We have gratitude. So gratitude is that higher soul frequency. It's one of the highest on the spectrum of frequencies. So frequencies are on a spectrum, on a scale. At the lower end you have fear, of course, being right down the bottom, hate, anger, jealousy, greed, envy, that kind of thing. And that's all in ego. And at the top of the frequency spectrum you have love, truth, gratitude, forgiveness. Those are the higher soul frequencies. So, you know, we did see the moon card come out before as in cycles, so we could be coming up to a point where, you know, gratitude comes after lessons were learned. And, you know, this person clearly has a lesson right here. We can see it really clearly, but they can't because they're in it. You know, the lesson is obviously that they need to stand up for themselves and they need to follow their heart. They need to follow what is true to them. And playing the victim and, you know, living in this state of denial is not learning the lesson. But when they do, they can look back on it and have gratitude for it, for the lessons that were learned. We have the inner voice. Yeah, listening to the inner guidance that I'm sure is quite deafening for this person at the moment. It'll get harder and harder for them to actually be in that denial state. Going with the flow and being in acceptance, you know, not being in the state of allowing abuse and bullying and, you know, people to railroad them, but being in the state of allowing your true path, of allowing your destiny to unfold, and that is following your heart, following your true soul's blueprint. Allowing the good as well as the bad, you know. Control. So taking back the power to them. And, you know, this is what you're hoping for. You're kind of a spectator right now. This is more to do with them than you that we're picking up on here. You know, you're wanting them to take that control back to themselves, not begging to you for help or to anyone else, but, you know, taking up that challenge themselves and standing up to this situation or this person that is trying to control them and controlling their own situation. They don't need anyone else to do it. They don't need this other person to do it, and they don't need you to do it. They're quite worthy and able to do it themselves. We have the Five of Swords in the reverse position. This is more an inner battle with themselves. The reality is that, you know, the battle is not what's on the outside. The battle is not between them and this person, or them and their situation, or even them and you, or whatever it is. It's between their mind and their soul. You know, will they stay in this restricted state because they believe that they are restricted and they believe that that's what needs to be done? Or will they go with the flow and allow the opportunity to get back onto their true soul's path, their life's purpose? And we have the Seven of Cups. This person does have an intense dream state, so they are constantly in that state of fantasy, of daydreaming. They must work a lot, they must spend a lot of time alone doing repetitive manual tasks because they're always in their head. They're always thinking, which is actually a good thing, because thoughts are energy and thoughts are manifestation, and eventually if they keep thinking these fantasies, the fantasies will become reality at some stage if they allow it. They have to actually allow it though. It's like walking through a door, it's accepting it, you know. And we have the Star in the reverse position. And the Star talks of, you know, your purpose, your soul's purpose, your fate, your destiny. And with it being in the reverse, you know, they need to take that control. They need to take their power back so that they can put the Star card back upright and follow their true destiny. So let's take a look at what it is this person is wanting to say to you. This person that's standing before you, holding eye contact with you. What are they longing to say to you right now? I am becoming a better person. The thing is that, you know, if this is a soul connection, then you are raising their vibration, you're raising their frequency anyway. Eventually they're going to get there, you know. Everything is an energy system, everything is a frequency. And the lower aspects of thought are because of lower frequency. And, you know, the more this soul connection progresses, the more inner work that you do and you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency, then that will rub off on them, and eventually their thoughts will change and they will become that better version of themselves, that higher frequency version of themselves. And eventually they will get themselves out of this. I want you. Yeah, and that's listening to their heart. What is it that their heart is saying? Their heart is saying that they want you. They know this. They know this so obvious at the moment, so blatantly obvious. It's clear, crystal clear. That is what their soul wants. That is what their heart wants. They want to be with you. I remember every detail of that day, and I'm feeling that this was the day that you met. Think back to the day that you met and something was stirred inside of them. They remember it clearly because they'd never felt that with anybody else. They knew that you were special. They knew that you were different. And yeah, they've always remembered that day, how they felt. So, this is where we are at the moment. You and your person. Things are shifting. Things are coming into a better place because of the frequency. Just remember, this is all a frequency thing. And as you raise your own frequency, as you do your own work, then you will raise theirs, and eventually they will come into that way of thinking that'll get them out of this situation anyway. So I'm going to leave it there. Love you all, love your guts. See you next time. Bye.